Since 1999, Networks Theatre has been a home to English-speaking theatre in Orihuela, Spain. The theatre, founded by Nick Moore, has presented over 110 shows. From children's shows through to plays, musicals, theatre and education, and our proud history of 18 specially written pantomimes. Pull up a chair and join us as we meet another of our wonderful company in Networks Theatre, Conversations with. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Networks Theatre Conversations with. This week we are off to Madrid to talk to our fine young comedic actor, Miguel Ferrández. Miguel, how are you doing?
Well, I'm really happy to be here with you, speaking with you. I'm here in Madrid studying.
Yeah. Tell us what you've been doing since you left Networks and Orihuela.
Well, since I left Networks and Orihuela, I came here to Madrid to study law and economics here in a university, and I'm really happy right now.
Yeah, you're in your second year now.
Yes, I'm in my second year. I used to live with my brother.
Juanto.
Yes, with my brother Juanto.
Yeah.
Right now I live alone, to say it in a way, in a resident, in a place where there is a lot of students.
Yeah, absolutely a resident. Yeah, residents. Yeah, okay. So I assume your degree is quite difficult.
Yes, it's quite difficult, but the great thing is that I have made a lot of friends there because we are like a small class, so we support each other.
Oh, lovely. That's good to hear. Let's talk about your time at Networks Theatre. What was your first contact with Networks Theatre?
Well, my first contact was by my aunt Pilar, because she used to do shows there. Right now with the pandemic, it's quite difficult to do shows.
Yeah.
But I remember going to the old theater, to the old...
in Res Católicos, yeah.
Yes, and I remember that I had a great time watching the shows, and I love to be an audience.
Okay. Yeah, do you remember any shows in particular that she did? Or you just remember being there?
Well, I remember one in particular that was Robin Hood.
Yeah.
And I remember a scene where it was like a slow motion with an arch with something like, and it was really, really funny. And I remember that I had a really great time there. And it was like, I want to do that. I want to be in those shows.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I also remember something that I used to see funny people. Well, I used to see people doing comedian beats and something and things like that. And I wanted to do those things. I remember that.
What was your first show at Networks?
My first show was The Wizard of Oz.
Okay, The Wiz That Was. Yeah. That was in... so you have only ever done shows in the new theatre?
Yes, I have only.
Because that was our first, that was our second theatre course in December 2012. And what did you play in The Wiz That Was?
I don't remember what I played, but
I do.
Yes, you remember?
I do. You played a guard.
It could be.
Anna Munchkin.
I remember one song.
Yeah.
I remember the song, If You're Out in the Rain, If Your Life is...
yeah. If you're out in the rain, if your life is a pain.
That it was the first song in the whole show.
Absolutely right, yeah. But do you remember diggity how to make a munchkin happy?
That was really, really funny. But do you know why I remember that? Because I think that you did that show a few years ago with another group of kids. And I remember that I was like a helper. And I remember that I had a really great time watching you then doing the dance of that.
Yeah. We did it again in 2017. Yes. Absolutely, yeah. What we did do until the pandemic finished is we had a cycle of 5 shows at Christmas that alternated. Yes. And because we have all the costumes and Dennis knew what design to do. So unfortunately, the pandemic stopped all of that, but we'll be back. Okay, The Wiz That Was. What followed that? Do you remember?
I think it was Mary Secret Garden.
It was, yeah. Mary's secret garden grows.
A funny fact, it was the first show that I did with my brother, I think.
Ah, yeah, he wasn't in The Wiz That Was.
He
No,
wasn't in
he
the
wasn't. Yeah, he was
it was
too
the first
old. Okay. How many years is there between you and Juanto?
It's 2 years.
Okay, yeah. So by the time that he was, yeah, well, he just
No,
he didn't do The Wiz That Was, you did, yeah.
I did Magical Garden. I also did Peter Pan and the Bamboo Princess with him, and I think that that's all the shows that I did with him.
Okay, yeah. So you basically were there for every theatre course, weren't you?
Yes, well, yes. But the last year I couldn't do well. My last year as a kid,
Yeah.
I couldn't do any show because in the first one they didn't give me the letter.
Oh, that's shocking.
Yes. And in the second one, I couldn't do it because I have my heart surgery.
You had heart surgery.
Yes.
I mean, that's a major thing for a kid to go through, isn't it?
Yes, but I remember that I wanted to do the show, and you told me, well, if he can do it, if he's available, but I couldn't because I had to go through
surgery.
well, recovering myself, you know.
Yeah. Recovery, yeah.
That I wanted to do the show. I don't remember what show was.
It would have been either the children's version at Christmas of Christmas Carol, or in the summer it would have been Around the World in 80 Days.
No, because it was the next year, because that year I did both those shows.
Okay, fair enough. Then you missed Fairy Tale Mix.
Okay.
And then Who Shot the Sheriff?
It's true.
Yeah, okay. Your heart is all okay now? It's all finished,
okay,
dealt with?
Okay. Yes.
Good. Now you really have made a massive contribution to our shows in the last few years, not only for all the theatre courses you participated in, but I started to notice that you were rather good at comedy. So I started to kind of push a bit of comedy your way.
But can I ask you something? I think that you saw that in a show that it wasn't funny, that it was in summer camp. That is really a funny fact, because I think that you saw that in a show that it isn't funny.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, do you remember a particular moment where?
I think that you saw that especially in a moment where I had to sing a song that it was "The sun will come tomorrow" or something like that.
Yeah, the sun will come out. Yeah.
Yes, and you said that scene made you like, you really liked it because it was like funny to say it in a way.
Yeah, I know what it was. You were chatting to you played a father, and you were chatting to your daughter, and you just felt the love you had for her when you were talking to her. It was lovely. It was really, really touching. So after that, along came Welcome to Sweetville.
Yes.
Now, had you done a class version of Sweetville, or was this your first contact?
That was my first contact.
Wow. Okay.
But because
no, go on.
That show was like really special because it was like a mix of people that nobody would have known that we would have made that show. I think that's what I think.
It was rather good, wasn't it? Pedro Murcia was Bill the Drill, and you played his sidekick. Do you remember his name?
One-Eyed Jim.
One-Eyed Jim. Do you remember why he was One-Eyed Jim?
I don't remember why.
You don't remember? Because Jim, Jim, is one eye.
It's true.
Yeah, it's not one-eyed. Anyway, yeah. It's just one of my favorite stupid jokes. You had great comic moments with Pedro. And I think if memory serves, it was an award-winning performance.
Yes. I won the actor comedy performance with my brother.
Yeah.
We both won the
award. You tied for it. We got like 28 votes and 28 votes, and
I think it's I think that has never happened, no?
It's happened in like some of the song categories, but not in the acting categories. No.
But not two brothers. Not two brothers.
Oh no, of course not. No, not two brothers. That's quite unique. What do you remember about Sweetville? The performance or the rehearsals?
I remember that I had a really great time. It was also my first big part. So I had like, it was a sweet moment for me. But
That's
also
great.
I remember that I had a really great time. And one of the things that I take with me is that right now, for example, Adrian Pacheco is one of my best friends, maybe my best friend. And I remember that helped me to develop our relationship. I met amazing people like Javier Puertas, who was like a special man. And I remember that I had a really great time. And I remember that it was like a bunch of people that wanted to do a comedy show. And I remember like it was like absurd, like comedy that was a little bit absurd. To say
absolutely, yeah. It's very off the wall.
Yes, it was like really funny, and that was.
Oh, great! And you did a singing duet with Pedro as well.
Yes.
Do you remember the song?
No, well, I remember that it was like something like if or something like that. I don't remember.
That was the Wisdom Was.
Yes. we don't do it no more or something like that.
Something like that. Inez will put a clip now.
I'll tell you what it seems to problem. The crawling glory that we all face in. When you brush up green and shine and puff up your teeth. We're not needed no. We're not needed no. So brace yourself, we're losing our work now. I freak that when the feeling perfect chocolate. When you brush up green and shine and puff up your teeth. We're not needed no more. We're not needed no more. Down in the mouth we are down. Down in the mouth in this town. Down in the mouth we are full. Surgical gown. The brushes with the lonely degree. No one brushing me. When you brush your cream and shine and puff up your teeth. We're not needed no more. We're not needed no more. Let's dance, Jimmy.
Okay, so there we are. That was the song that we were talking about. After summer camp, it was, sorry, after Welcome to Sweetville, it was Dick Whittington.
Yes, in Dick Whittington I played Silly Billy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I created a part for you that wasn't in the previous version.
Yes,
just to get you in to do some silly lines, because one thing when you're performing on stage, you have a very, as we say, personable character. You're a very kind of gentle character that people, you're very likable. That's what it is. So I wanted you playing the part.
Can I tell you an anecdote? I remember, I don't know if this is true, but they have told me this. I remember that one day that we played a show, I think it was Friday or Saturday. I was changing because we had finished the show and I was changing and we were going to go to our houses. But there was like some parents that were outside waiting for their kids, for the children that were doing the show. And suddenly a girl went out and her mother said, the guy that played Silly Billy was silly, no? In real life, he was silly. And I remember that all the people were laughing and it was like, no, I'm not silly. I'm like this, I'm a normal person.
I don't know what was said, but you do have a very unique sense of humor, don't you?
Yes.
I mean, you're great company and everyone loves to be with you because you're easygoing and just a nice person.
Well, thank you.
No, good. Well, it comes from your family as well. Your mum and dad are super people and we love them very much. So was that your last show?
No, I also did Treasure Island.
And then you did Kindertransport. Wow.
That was, yes.
If I remember rightly, you kept saying no, you didn't want to do any more shows. because you needed to concentrate on your studies, and I
But
kept persuading you to come back.
but because I remember that the last show that it was done in the theater course by adults, by the group of adults, was the panto that was.
It was Snow White.
It was Snow White. And I remember that I couldn't do it. I could have done it, but I wanted to concentrate in my studies. And I think that I don't know if it was the right choice, because with the pandemic and all that stuff, it was easier to get into the university.
Okay.
But, I don't regret making the decision that I made.
No, of course not. You can't. You did. I mean, how many shows did you do across the years?
13.
13. I mean, I know people who haven't done one.
Yes.
And they've turned around to me and said, I really wish that I'd done a theatre course. Or when I often go up to people and say, wow, you can sing. Why don't you come and do a show? Or you're really funny. Come and join us in the pantomime. But, I'm busy, or I've got football, or whatever. People have their excuses.
Nick, you said to me, you can sing. You said that to me.
Well, we all make mistakes, Michael. Yeah, you can, as we say, you can hold a tune.
No, I can sing, but I sing really bad.
Fair enough.
I can do it, but...
Fair enough. What do you think for you is your kind of favorite memory of networks across the years?
Well, I have to say that the days that I enjoyed the most were the days where we represent the show.
Okay. Yeah.
I really love those days, because it was the days where you show to the audience what you have been doing through all the theater course, but also because it was a day where all the group were together, and we spent all the day together, and it was like I had a really great time. And also the days that I really enjoyed were the awards day.
Oh yes, yeah.
And also the days where we celebrate things. When we celebrated things like the days where we celebrated the 100 shows, and
yeah.
I really enjoyed those days.
No, good. Across the years, if you had to pick a favorite show, which one do you think it would be?
I would say emotionally, summer camp.
Okay.
I have a really great memory of that show, and also Sweetville, but Sweetville in a way that I had a really great time doing it.
Sure. And what a lot of people say is when I'm doing these interviews, it's about the different range of shows, how you have pantomimes and comedies and dramas, and if you had a choice, which one would you like to be in? If you could be in a show now, would you like to go for a comedy or a drama?
I would say a comedy, because the reaction of the people is something really, really funny. It's like, I really liked it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Did you ever appear in a show with your aunt, Pilar?
Yes. I made a lot of shows with my aunt.
Summer camp.
Whittington. Titanic.
Yeah.
Whittington.
Titanic. We haven't spoken about Titanic, Miguel.
That was my first show as an adult.
In May, okay. So in May 2020, no. April 2017.
Yes.
Wow, what are your memories of our show Titanic?
Well, I was really, really nervous because it was my first time doing a show
with the older group.
But I did the show with my sister, because
she played the young girl. Yeah.
With my brother and with my aunt Pilar, so it was the whole family.
Who played Max, the film director, and then your aunt. It was a real family affair, wasn't it?
I remember that I had a really great time. I remember that I played a small part.
That's where we start. Yeah.
It's normal, but I had a really, really great time. I remember that it was. I was a little bit like I don't know, empanado, I don't know how you say it.
A bit lost.
Yes, a bit lost because I remember that we did the show of Cole, the show, and
Oh yeah.
Yes.
The Stokers song.
yes, the people were telling me, "Come on, do it with put the strength there."
Yeah, with a bit of strength. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Michael, across the years, you've done so many shows and your contribution has been immense. And we're so grateful to you for what you have brought to Networks Theatre. What has Networks Theatre brought you?
Well, Networks Theatre has brought me a lot of things, but especially the people. I think that the people that you met there is incredible. It's also a way to escape from reality because I remember that, yes, and I say this, I really mean this because I remember that maybe I went, well, maybe no, I had rehearsal one day and the next day I had an exam, but I wasn't thinking about the exam. I was thinking, like, I have to do this dance, this step dance great, or I have to do this choreo great, I have to do this scene and I have to do it well. And that was what I was thinking about. And also the people, because I have made a lot of great friends there, people that are going to stay with me through my whole life. And I think that that's something really great.
That's great. I'm so pleased to hear that. That's what it's, as we say, job done. That's great.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to finish with 2 minutes of silly questions, okay?
Okay.
And these, I must put my timer on, otherwise
Okay.
I'll get into trouble here. And here come your 2 minutes.
It has to be 2 minutes. It cannot be longer.
What do you want, 10 minutes?
But I mean that I have to answer quickly.
No, you can answer quickly, Okay, so here we go. Do you think you could ride a cow?
No.
Okay. What's your favorite takeaway food?
Chinese food.
Okay. How many pairs of socks do you own?
13, like the shows that I have done.
Pizza or pasta?
Pizza.
Okay. Would you put pineapple on that pizza?
No, never.
The best city in the world?
New York.
New York. Okay.
Never been there, but it is.
Okay. What music are you listening to at the moment?
Rap and trap. Spanish.
Okay. Right.
Because-
Would I like it?
I don't think so.
Okay. Do you believe in ghosts?
No, I don't.
Not at all.
No, not at all.
Just don't exist.
No.
Okay. Dogs or cats?
Dogs. Always dogs.
Okay. You've got a dog, haven't you?
Yes. Thomas.
Yeah. What's the Thomas? Do you want to wave to Thomas? Hi, Thomas.
Hi, Thomas. Hi.
Yeah, he's a dog. Okay. Name a color you don't like.
Red.
Red. What's wrong with red?
I don't know. I have to say a color, and I said that one.
Okay. What food would you take on a trip to the moon?
Rice. Paella.
Oh, paella. Chicken, vegetable, seafood?
Chicken. Well, chicken. Yes, chicken.
Okay. What part would you give your father in a pantomime?
I would give him the one that he has to dress as a woman.
The dame.
Yes, the name.
You think he'd make a good widow Twanky?
Yes.
Okay. If you could time travel, where would you go?
I think I would go to the past. I wouldn't go to the future. I would go maybe when we were doing the shows to enjoy it.
Okay, you'd go straight back to one of the shows.
Yes.
Michael, Miguel, thank you very much for being there today and giving us your memories of your time at Networks Theatre. It's been really, really nice to reconnect with you because we miss you. We really do. Okay, so, yes, people normally do that. Yeah, I can. Of course you can say something.
Okay. I thought that I couldn't say anything. Okay, I really miss you too. You are part of you're always going to be in my heart, all of you. and I really love you.
That's great. Thank you so much for being part of the show today, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye, Miguel.
Bye.
So there we are, another episode of Networks Theatre Conversations with. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye.